ready. Boom.
Welcome everybody to the Boxing Rundown. It is me, Sal, Mr. Boxing Guru. Of course, to my left, I got my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? We're right here, Boxing Ruckus from RBGA, right? RGBA. Man, I'm happy.
What's up, man? Again, today we're actually doing the show away from our home legends. Of course, we got Xavier making sure everything sounds pretty nice and crisp. What's up, Xavier? Hey, he's on like a little delay. Tony's in the back making sure everything is right. What's up, Tony? All right, so we're good to go. Again, guys, today we're at RGBA. We're gonna do things a little different. There's a lot of fights to talk about, but let's get to it. What was the fight that kind of grabbed your attention this weekend?
Well, actually, both of the main events grabbed my attention. The first one was Regis Prograis, Boogaroo versus Terry Turbo Flanagan. It was on The Zone, guys. It's called The Zone.
Hey, that app is pretty badass. I know couldn't stop talking about it.
I know, he was bragging the whole way over here. But
so what did you think about that fight?
Honestly, I used to be really hyped about Boogaroo, but in reality now I see something that is not helpful for him. He actually boxed in this fight instead of being his usual bully. You know what I mean? Instead of being his puncher, he was boxing Terry Flanagan. And I think what he did, he's actually showcased that he's vulnerable. So now the scale has tipped the other way for me. I feel that Ramirez will actually expose Boogaroo in a 140 match.
Are you just saying that because you're in Robert's gym?
No. I'm not saying that just because we're in Robert's gym, but I did see that, and I know that Xavier and I talked about that.
I don't know, man.
You really think he's the bully now? I don't think he's the bully of the division anymore.
No, I think Ramirez will love that.
Oh no, Ramirez will love that fight because Ramirez will beat him.
But it'll be a badass fight though.
Yes. Yeah. And then finally we'll have one WBC champion instead of having the linear.
Wait, how many are there?
Well, Ramirez is the WBC world champion, but I think Boogaroo has the linear WBC champ too.
Alright, so what other fight was this weekend?
Alright, so then we also go to Brooklyn, right? We go to Brooklyn or New York.
Absolutely.
For Danny Jacobs versus Derevchenko. Now that fight, we all got it right. You know what I mean? Well, no, I think somebody called.
I called it an upset, right? But it didn't happen. It's close,
but you were close for it, man. I'm gonna say something. Derevchenko is the real deal, guys. He came to fight. He Daniel Jacobs dropped him in the first round, but after that, it seemed like he kind of like settled in and he was putting the work to Daniel Jacobs. So I'm glad actually that Triple G did not want to fight this guy because I think he would have been in trouble.
You know, before it was sort of like the middleweight division was held hostage by Golovkin because he wanted all the belts. But now it seems like it's turning into a fun division because there's Jacobs, there's Canelo, there's in a way Saunders, Boo Boo Andrade, Andre, whatever his name is. But it's really BJ Saunders the one you want to see fight. So. And all of them are with Zone, so
yeah,
so that's pretty good.
Except for Triple G. Triple G has not committed to the Zone, but
you know that he commits is that I don't think they've given him a solid offer from anybody.
But there's rumors that Triple G is planning to go to 168 and fight Callum Smith.
And see, that's what, I mean, I see why Canelo's doing it because Canelo doesn't have a full cap, so he cannot be at 160. But why is Triple G going to 168?
Why not?
So you said it's over for him at the 160s, now he can move up?
No, I mean, it's a fight that's, I mean, he's been at 160 so long, sacrificing his body, so why not go to 168? It's not a bad idea.
It's a little too late for that, though.
This is like Mikey's 147 fight that we're not going to talk about, right, Robert?
Oh, the first thing is...
All right, here we go. But now, what I'm going to say is this. People are talking about Boo Boo Andrade versus who, though? Boo Boo Andrade versus Derevchenko?
Boo Boo has to fight BJ Saunders again.
Yeah.
They're going to make that fight. So that's with the Zone again. So you got all these good 160-pound fights with the Zone, and you know everything's up for grabs right now. So you know I don't want to talk about these fights. But why don't you do me a favor, bringing Robert in already, bro?
All right, man. All right, guys. First of all, we got to thank Robert, former 2012 Trainer of the Year, and for me, and I think for a lot of people, current candidate for Trainer of the Year this year, we have the one and only Robert Garcia.
Porque no traía porras. So Robert, welcome, Robert. Thank you for. There you go. Oh, somebody bring out in the chair.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Again, first of all, thank you, Robert, for letting us in your home. I know you're busy, and dude, this is great because you didn't have this when you moved to Riverside, but now you got a whole bunch of kids here, which something like what you used to do in Oxnard. But tell me a little bit about this.
Well, look, when I left Oxnard, I thought, I'm gonna go to Riverside, so it's gonna be mostly just private, all professional fighters. And I do have too many professional fighters, man, that sometimes it's too much work. But I miss that program we had in Oxnard. And Pita's one that told me, Dad, we miss it, and everybody's asking us. We have a lot of people always asking, well, how come we don't do an amateur program? So I told Pita, go ahead and do it, But I want you to have a limit because the place is not that big, and it's a residential area, so we can't really do much. Kids or open to the public, so I allow him to get 10 to 15. I think we got a little bit more than that, but he's doing a good job with them.
But it's fun to see these guys. We were just watching two kids sparring, and it's just fun to see them grow. And man, kids just have the biggest balls in the world. They don't care who they're sparring. I think I saw two brothers sparring.
Yeah, two little brothers, kids that are 5, and it's a 5-year-old sparring a 7-year-old, and they're going at it.
And they don't care for bells.
They don't care. They don't care. They don't care if the bell rings. Right? The bell rings. They continue throwing.
All right, man, so let's talk about it because Rodrigo right now presented something that's very interesting. You're being nominated for the trainer of the year. Again, you're in
the candidates.
Because look, there's a lot of great trainers out there. There's Manny Robles that's going through a little, shaking up on his stable. There's guys like that get me like we were just talking about Ed, and also even the guy from Big Bear, which are all great trainers, but. Again, I think, in my opinion, this is kind of makes it blend together. You look. I was looking around, and you got all these fighters here, man. How do you even keep track, man? Because this is amazing.
Look, it's you got to love what you do. You got to have passion for it, and you have to make a team. You have to make a team of people that are going to be willing to work and help you and cooperate in whatever it needs. From my father, who's always in the gym, my son Pita, Chepe, all the parents, the dads that are always here helping out in whatever it is. If it's tying gloves, giving water, putting Vaseline on, we have to they all cooperate, and that's what makes the team strong. The fighters are all happy. I could be working with a world champion at the same time, Abner Mares is training, or Jose Ramirez, and I have young guys fighting 4 and 6 rounds that are also training with them, and they don't mind having young kids, young prospects training at the same time with them. Something that they all become a team, they all become family.
Now, you said that, and it seems like it because I see a lot of videos from the gym where you said there's guys that are 4-rounders or prospects that are coming up that are helping out your champions. You know what I mean? So is that something that you sink into the fighters, or is that something that comes naturally for them?
Look, as of right now, I'm blessed to say that all my fighters, from Mikey Garcia to Abner Mares, who have been great fighters, Jose Ramirez, who's a great champion right now, I've never had that situation where they want their own time, or I don't want nobody around me when I'm training. They're all okay with young guys training at the same time with them, because it's not only helping the young guys, but they're also getting that work from young kids that want to kick their ass.
Exactly, they're hungry.
Exactly, the young kids, they go in there with Jose Ramirez, and they want to look good. They want to look impressive against Jose Ramirez. So Jose gets the best work out there, especially at 140. Right now, man, I could do a tournament that's better than what the tournament that's going on right now with just the 140 pounders that I have in my gym. Honestly.
And let's talk about that, because and that's one thing that I think it's in human nature for you to pick sides. Even from when you were a kid, us, I'm from this neighborhood, I'm from that neighborhood, I'm from this other one. You got Brandon, and you got, who else you got in the zone? You just signed another kid with the zone.
Yeah, I just signed Alexis Espino with the zone.
Yeah, I like that kid.
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
And then you go across the street and you go to Top Rank, and you got Ramirez. And then you go to around the block, and then you got you're with Golden Boy with Ortiz and the Tanajaras and the Navarros. Right. And then and again, you still got a piece of PVC. So again, it's easy for a lot of these trainers to say, okay, I'm working right here, or I'm working with Top Rank. But how is it working with everybody? Because you're good with essentially everybody.
Look, I have a good relationship with everybody. You know, I work for my fighters, and Golden Boy knows that. Top Rank knows that. You know that when I come to negotiate or to bring a fighter to their promotion, they know I'm working for my fighter, and I do what's best for my fighter, and the fighters are happy. You know, I got so many fighters. I can't keep them all with one company. I have to spread myself out and keep my doors open with everybody, because you never know which fight could be made and which favor you could do to somebody else where they're gonna be happy with. You know, if I go Top Rank with one of my fighters, they're happy to give me an opportunity, give me fights. Same thing with Golden Boy. You know, I have 5 fighters that fight for Golden Boy, and they're all happy. We're happy. They keep them busy. They keep them fighting. They're doing a great job with them. But same thing going on with Top Rank. I could go to with PBC. I have a lot of young fighters fighting for PBC too. You know, right now with this it looks like we're gonna start working with them. You know, with Brandon, and now with Alexis Espino. So I'm excited. You know, to be able to work with everybody. You know, there's very few trainers or managers that could work with everybody. You know, then if you might see a trainer that works only for Golden Boy fighters. There's trainers that work only for Top Rank fighters. That's not me. I work with everybody.
That's awesome. I think you had a question.
Well, and I was gonna say, now the transition from Oxnard to here, right? You get this gym, you have all this stable, right? That you have now. Is it hard on personalities? Like, is there personalities that you're like having to figure out, or is everybody like you? Because you're a very humble guy. I mean, I've seen you at events where I go backstage and I see you're talking to everybody, man. You know what I mean? And that's something that is, I mean, for me, is respectable, and it's like somebody that I want to gravitate to. Because you go to other trainers that are like, oh no, I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to talk to like the top guys, you know. And you have always opened your doors for interviews, for anything for us. You know what I'm saying?
Look, all those years of my life that I was in Oxnard, you know, I always thought I'm never going to leave Oxnard. And when my dad made the move like 9 years ago, I always told my dad, sorry dad, but I'm not following you. I'm staying in Oxnard. You know, I had my gym over there. It was a huge gym. I had 200 kids in the gym. I had like 15 professional fighters, mostly Russians at that time, with all fighting for Igis Klimas. But you know, when I finally decided to move over here, I thought about it, and it was hard, but I made that decision with my wife, my kids, and they all agreed. We came, and look, right now, every fighter that you see here in my gym is my fighter. They all fight for me. They all follow my instructions. They all follow my system. They're all friendly with everybody. They all support each other. They all wish everybody good luck. They're happy if I get another world champion. And you know, where not to say nothing about Oxnard, but you know, most of the guys right there, they were not my fighters. They're Igis Klimas fighters.
Right.
Look, Igis Klimas, since I left, he already has a few training with Roach. He has other guys training with Teddy Alice.
He split the whole thing up.
Yeah, and he's got
They got his
Buddy McGurk too. Now
he's got a few with Buddy McGurk. So you know, that just tells me that if I would have stayed there, that probably would have been happening to me right now.
Yeah.
Where you know, guys are going through different gyms. Here, they're all my fighters. Even Mikey or Abner, who has, you know, Al Heyman. They're still my fighters. They still call me before they make a big decision. They still call me before a date. What do I think? Am I available that day? And if I say no, they'll give them another date.
Okay. Now let me ask you something else, because I know you're not only a trainer now, you're also managing fighters, correct?
Correct. I manage quite a few fighters already. Yeah.
Now, what made you go to that other side of the table? I guess.
Well, look. When I started doing that, I thought about my career as a fighter, and always having to give out 30% to the management, because a lot of times you get two managers, your manager and the co-manager, because the main manager always brings the money guy, the investor. So they share the management. So then you only have 10% left to give it to your trainer. In this case, it was my dad, who has been there since I was a kid, since I was 5 years old.
Right.
And for a trainer that's been with a fighter for so many years, since he was a kid, for him to only get a 10% when the management's getting 30%, it's just not fair. So what I did is I brought in every single fighter that I have their fathers in Espino's case, his mother came in as a co-manager. So that 30%, we split it up. I don't take the whole percentage like a manager does, because I hate it when I was fighting and I had to give out 30% just to the manager, and then I have to give 10% to my trainer, and then I don't have anything left for, if I want to give a brother, a sister, a gift. That way, all my fighters, all they have to pay me is the percentage that I get. They don't have to pay a trainer. They don't have to pay a manager. It's all in one, and it's pretty much the same, pretty much the very close to the same percentage that they'll give any trainer anyways.
Yeah. Okay. And see, that's something that people don't know, and you're letting them know right now. You know what I mean? And
I'm not saying this because this needs to change. No. Because there's many great managers out there that do a great job, but the way I'm doing it, I just
it's a philosophy.
I've been successful, me as a fighter, and then as a trainer with Mikey, with my Donna, with Brandon Rios had great fights and everything. So I've been able to do good in boxing. So why am I gonna get a fighter and force them to pay me 30%, where I could legally do that, and and they would all be happy to be part of my team, giving away 30%. But I bring in the dads, like I said in Espino's case, the mom, to be co-managers, and we're splitting up the management.
Now let me ask you this: since you're bringing in the parents, like the dad or the mom, are you also coaching them on how to do that type of business?
Definitely. Look, the parents, I don't make a decision without telling them what the decision is going to be. I obviously tell them, look, this is what I think is best, and they always tell me, it's up to you, you decide. But I always go to them first and tell them, look, this is the way it's going, this is the fight they're offering us, this is how much money we're at. I think I could get a little bit more. So so I always talk to them. They know how the business is running. I don't just keep them behind and they're not allowed to know what's going on. They all the parents with their kids, they work the corner with me. They're in the corners with me. They're allowed to come to training camps with me too.
Oh, I see that. I like that, Robert. You know what I mean?
It's been working for me. Sometimes some people could tell me, but why? Everything's, the kids are getting everything for free. They live in my training camp for free. They have a cook. They have everything. They have a conditioning course. They have everything. But look, I could be one of those guys that gets money for everything, but if God's already blessing me with over 20 fighters that I train and manage, and world champions that I train, why would I don't want to be that greedy.
And I think by the way you do it and your philosophy, God is even blessing you even more with that. You know what I mean? Because you're giving out good vibes, and good vibes are coming your way.
Well, look, I'm since I started this training fighters and co-managing, there's only been one case where a fighter leaves and things go wrong and everything. But honestly, that was a blessing, because if that fighter would have stayed, I probably wouldn't have had all this. Right. I probably wouldn't have had all this. And that fighter leaving, taught me something. Taught me what could happen with fighters, and also taught me that not everybody in your team is going to be loyal to you, and look, and they left, and then they did their own thing, and I'm the one doing all the good things. Now they're calling for help.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree. And speaking of loyalty, Robert, brand loyalty is great. How great has Mitsubishi been for you, man? Bro,
look, Albas at South Coast Mitsubishi is my friend, and he's been very good for me, man. A few years, it's been a few years already since we've been working together, and that's great. That's the best thing that could have happened to my gym. My amateur program. He always supports it. He always helps out in whatever we need, and he's been really good, man.
This guy has to be at least 5-6 years.
No, I think
at least 5 or 6. I don't know the exact time, but it's been more.
It's been more, yeah.
Because I remember I'm like, man, Robert se cambia. What the hell, man? It's the same shirt.
Hey, but look, I'm not gonna lie, because my wife was with me. We're coming back from Tijuana, because we go to Tijuana a lot. We live an hour away from Tijuana, so we go to Tijuana, and we're coming down on the back to the United. We're walking, because we park in the United States, so we walk into Mexico. So we're coming back, and the border patrol, the immigration man, he's like, are you are you Robert Garcia? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where's your Mitsubishi hat? The immigration guy told me, where's your Mitsubishi hat?
That's brand
Hey, I'm
loyalty.
identifican, right?
Yeah. ¿Cuál pinche mica? Ahí está la gorra.
That was my Mika.
No. One thing that myself and I know Xavier admires from you is how you break down fights, man. I mean, it seems like every fight, like the one that you have with Jose Ramirez, and a lot of fights, you have a game plan for them, man. And it's always different, you know. It's always usually the right game plan. Is that something that that you take pride on? I mean, because to me, it's like, man, you always have like a blueprint for like your opponent's fighter. You know what I mean?
Look, what I'm a student of this, and I love to watch fights. I like to see if you know whoever one of my fighters is fighting. I like to study. I like to study him. I like to know what to expect. You know, and then I train my fighter to do that. You know, to be prepared and to be ready and to do good to win the fights. I train them to win. They you know, not every time everything goes well, but at least, you know, so far we've been very successful. Look, and my dad's always here with me almost every day. So he's also helping me out in whatever I need. If it's me going to one fight and him going to another, he does. He just came back from Mexico. Lindolfo Delgado fought in Mexico when I was in Vegas with Falcao and Adorno. So he still helps me out. He still helps me with game plans, with whatever I need to do to make my fighters win. My dad's still very involved, and you know, and let's also not forget that Pita knows his boxing. Pita knows the boxing, and
Pita knows because we talk a lot.
He's very young. He's very young, so a lot of people might not take him very serious because he's only 23. But Pita knows more boxing than a lot of people out there, man.
And I was
smart.
And I was gonna say, I seen him at Velasco in corner right by himself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like I understand, and I know that he's also a good eye for like scouting too.
Definitely, he's you know most of the guys that I have here, Pita's one that has scouted them, and you know, we just get a hold of them, we go meet them, talk to them, and you know, that's the beginning of their careers.
Let me ask you something, and it's up to you if you want to answer or not. There's a video going around between you and Terrence Crawford, but I hear mumbles. I don't hear like everybody saying, "Oh, no, well, Robert's being told off by by Crawford about, you know, dodging him or something like that." Is that what he said, or?
Look, Terrence Crawford is a great fighter, great champion, man. You know, one of my favorite fighters, pound for pound. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. When we had the little talk, it was more of a little just playing games, playing mind games. You know, he came up to me and said, I seen that video where you're saying that Mikey knocks me out, and right away I said, well, Mikey knocks you out, you know,
okay.
No problem. So you know, he's going, oh, you really think so? And then I'm like, of course, easy, man, easy work. Mikey beats you up, knocks you out, and then he's like, well, this ain't the amateurs. And I said, that's right, this ain't the amateurs because you beat Mikey in the amateurs.
Right, he forgot.
He forgot that he beat Mikey in the amateurs. So I said, that's right. That's why I think Mikey knocks right in the pro. So we were just going back, and I just play with him because the day before I had a meeting, and this is not bullshit. I told him, look, bro, Bob Arum, I had a meeting with Bob Arum and his attorney, just us three, and he never mentioned your name. Bob Arum mentions Mikey versus Lomachenko. That's the fight that Bob Arum wants. So he doesn't even mention your name. So you know, I fuck around with him, just saying that. But he's a great champion. He's actually, I can't consider him my friend, but he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Great champion, pound for pound, one of my favorites. So you know, we just do it like we say, fucking around, exactly, throwing jabs here and there.
All right.
But you know, I think that's a fight that needs to happen and will happen in the future.
Let's talk about one of my favorites. Now you talk about one of your favorites, Brandon. Brandon left for a bit to try to explore whatever he thought he was going to find over there with Funes. Funes is a great guy, of course, but I think he found out that what you gave him was awesome. And let's take the knockout away from this performance with Danny, because we know the level of fighters that each are at this stage. That fighter that you took in Brandon Rios, I don't think we had seen in a while from him. And up to the knockout, he was a fucking monster, right?
Yeah, right.
And I don't know what you redid, what happened, or did he just realize, all right, this is my home, this is what I started with Robert, I'm gonna finish this shit off right.
Look, with Brandon, when he decided to move on and go on with Ricky, it wasn't really because that's what he wanted or what he thought was going to be best for him. I think it was more about people around him. You know, you need somebody else, and you got to try something different. But you know, Brandon's like my little brother. Brandon, I know, and I was always talking to him anyways, even though during the time that he was training with Ricky, I was always talking to him and Ricky, because Ricky's my really good friend. So it was more about I kind of okayed it. I was okay just so he could try it out. But eventually, I knew it was gonna come back. And look, Brandon loves coming to the gym. He enjoys sparring with my guys here. He spars with whoever I put him in, and he gives everybody good rounds. Brandon still has a few fights left, man. And look, when he fought Danny, like you said, he was looking good. He was actually doing better than anybody expected.
Better than I expected. And I've been his groupie for years.
Until he got caught. It happens. It's part of boxing. He still wants to fight some more. So I still have to be around him, because I'm the only one that's gonna protect him with who he fights, who he's gonna face. I'm not gonna allow him to go into a ring with one of those young lions that if they're gonna try to use him, I'm never gonna allow that. And Brandon knows that. That's why he believes in me and he trusts me, because he knows I'm not gonna allow a promoter, a manager, or whoever it is just call him to get somebody else a good win and Brandon get destroyed. I'm not gonna allow that. And anything could happen in boxing against anybody, but at least I'm there to protect him, and that's what I'm gonna be there for. We got this fight. He's fighting against Ramon Alvarez, and I'm not saying it's an easy fight, but it's a very winnable fight for Brandon, and he's getting a really good payday. So he wins this one, then they're gonna offer him another one, bigger.
Right.
I'm sure the opponent's going to be more dangerous, but I'm still going to pick the opponent that I know is not going to be a killer that's going to go in there and destroy Brandon, because I'm not going to allow that.
Yeah, because at this point, Brandon has the luxury of picking who he fights. Look, he already know he fought whoever was in front of him, so why not?
So that's why I'm doing.
And I like this fight. Whoever came up with this fight, I like it.
If I'm getting Brandon really good paydays against the right opponents that I think are right. I'm not saying he's gonna beat him all, because anything could happen in boxing, but at least I'm protecting him. Before coming back to me, Brandon called me and said, hey bro, kind of felt bad. He kind of felt embarrassed when he was going to tell me. And then I was actually having breakfast with my wife, and I said, bro, tell me what's going on. I knew something was wrong. And he's like, well, I'm gonna train with so and so. I said, Brandon, I'm gonna go drop off my wife home, and I'll see you in your house right now. I met him in his house, and I made him change his mind, and I told him, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring so and so into training camp, and we're gonna be training, because you're gonna be driving to Oxnard twice a week, and the other days you're gonna be training in Oxnard. You're gonna be driving to Riverside twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, and then the other days I need somebody to help you, but you're gonna do it the way I'm telling you. And look, and we've been successful. It's working.
That's awesome. It's cool to see, because I mean, how old was Brandon when he came to you?
He was 18, I believe.
Right?
Yes, 18. 18. When he turned pro, I got him off the Olympic box office. Right. That's when I met him.
Yeah, I remember.
No, but I was like, he's the only one who could give it to him straight like that. You know what I mean?
Look, at this point, I have to.
Yeah.
With Brandon, especially, where it's, we got to be honest. We're going towards the end of his career, and if he wants to fight a few fights left, I got to protect him as much as I can.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you're the perfect guy, because you'll give it to him straight.
Another trainer. Or managers who all they care is about a payday. They're not gonna care if they put him in against one of the young lions out there. They're not gonna care. Honestly, they're not. And I do care, and I am gonna protect them.
No, and I applaud you for that, man. I do. Any other questions you got?
You good?
No. Now you have a lot of prospects coming up. You have Virgil Ortiz. A lot of people are saying that Virgil's going to be in the card at the December 15th. What do you think so far about Virgil?
Look, I believe he is in that card. He's already in training camp, and he already started sparring today. Look, Virgil, I have so many fighters, and I know my fighters know they're not going to get mad for me saying that, because they all know the same thing. Virgil is a bad motherfucker. Virgil's the next great champion from Golden Boy stable. Honestly, I'm not. No. I see. Look,
we had him up there. We had him as prospect of the year last year.
And you guys know that we talked about it earlier. You guys know I have a good relationship with Top Rank. I have a good relationship with everybody. And look, and people from all these other companies, they all tell me, fucking Virgil Ortiz is the next, and they know he's with Golden Boy. They don't care. They know reality. And look, and I have badass guys, like the Luas, Adornos, Tanajara, Franco, Navarro, all those guys that, I can't mention them all because we have over 20. But they're all very talented and they're all capable of winning world titles right now. But Virgil is a fucking bad little dude, man. He's the future of boxing.
Now let me ask you this: and you're saying that, do you see him getting a strap at the 135?
Look, I think 140. Look, he's very big for 140 also, and we talked about it earlier with Pita. This kid, soon we're gonna have to move him to welterweight, but I would like to get a strap at 140 before that because look, people might criticize this or might think that I'm wrong, but Fernando Vargas became champion when he was 14-0. Virgil is 11-0 right now. Virgil could do exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
there's world champions, and look, I have one. I have Jose Ramirez, which we're not gonna do it against Jose Ramirez. But at 140, honestly, with Virgil 2-3 fights from now, I'm not afraid of him fighting for a world title. Honestly, because I think he could already beat some of the world champions at 140. I'm telling you, obviously Jose Ramirez is his teammate, so that will never happen. But there is other champions at 140 that I think Virgil could already beat.
And I don't know if you heard me. I was very high on Regis Prograis, saying I was thinking, you know what? I think he's actually the killer of the 140s. But after seeing him this weekend, I don't know if you caught him.
I didn't see the fight this weekend, but I seen his last fight in the fight before that. I was in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans.
And I wasn't very impressed.
And that's honestly. And after seeing this fight, I think you have the killer of the 140s with Ramirez.
Ramirez, definitely. Look, I'm telling you. Look. Regis went to Ramirez last fight. He went into the ring. He told me, "Hey, I heard you say you have 3 fighters that'll beat me." I said, "I do. Mikey, Jose Ramirez, and Virgil." He's like, "You crazy? I'll beat them all." I said, "No, you won't. He won't beat none of those 3 guys. Honestly, he won't. He won't. And he's a great. He approached me respectfully, and he's a great kid, and I wish him the best. And he's now world champion, and he's gonna be in that tournament. He's probably gonna win that tournament.
Yeah.
But I do have those 3 fighters that I know will beat him. Definitely.
Speaking of one of the other fighters that I've always been high on since, and I think this guy scouted them, Pita, Tanajara. I heard rumors that you were scouted to maybe train Ryan Garcia. Look, how happy are you that you didn't get him?
Look, it's crazy because I did approach Golden Boy. They both fight for Golden Boy. It's a fight that could easily be made, and I went up to, I'm not gonna say who, but I went up to one of the Golden Boy people. I said, "Look, let's do the Ryan Garcia versus Tanajara, because look, sooner or later, one of them might lose." And I hate to see them lose to somebody that they're not supposed to lose, right. And then we don't get to see that fight. So let's make that fight happen right now. And then he told me, look, Robert, we've thought about it, but we're actually considering you to train Ryan Garcia. So that kind of fucking blew my mind a little. I didn't say nothing there. I didn't say no. I didn't say yes. I just left it like that. But now that he's with Eddie, I think Eddie's a great trainer and gonna do a great job with him. Then we could still do the fight. We could definitely do the fight. Look, I'm not saying we beat him because Ryan's got his power. He's got his speed, and he does his job. He goes and wins. He's got a lot of knockouts. So I'm not saying it's an easy fight, but it's a fight that I think should happen now.
And it's interesting.
It's an interesting fight. I think it'll do good numbers, and I think it's a fight that should happen now because the more we wait, it's a fight that if both of them have 1 or 2 losses or something, maybe there's not going to be too much interest into that fight. Right now, when they're both undefeated and they're both looking really good when they fight, I think this is when the fight needs to happen.
Let's do this. I know Ryan's fighting in December. That would be
December 15th. Well, look, they're both fighting in December.
Oh, are they?
Tanajara's fighting December 8th.
Oh,
December 8th. Ryan's fighting.
So they're both in camp.
15th,
Oh, they're both in camp.
There you go. Go there, boy. Let's make it happen.
Ryan is very respectful to me. Right. He's a great kid. When he sees me, he shows me nothing but respect. His mom, his dad, obviously, I could say that they're great people. The mom always hugs me and everything. So it's nothing personal. It's just a fight that needs to happen.
Well, it's an interesting fight. As 2 young guys, like you said, there are 2 undefeated guys that most likely will sell a good number of views. You know what I mean?
I think it will.
But now, do you say do you put him in that card, or do you rather like put him early 2019?
Look, if they were to tell me right now, look, we'll cancel Hector's fight on the 8th, but you have to fight Garcia, Ryan
on the 15th.
Then I'll definitely. It's 1 week later. I'll do it 100%. But if that's not the case, then they both fight, and hopefully they both win, and then we do that early next year. I would love that. But I would prefer December 15th if that's what they would tell me. Is that what they tell me? You know.
Oh, there you go, Golden Boy.
And I like it. Like I said, nothing against them, and I'm not going after Golden Boy fighters. No. Hector's also Golden Boy fighter, and we're fucking happy there. Hector's really very happy. We've been working very well, but if that fight, if they could make it happen, I would love to.
I'm actually seeing the next step for you, Robert. I'm seeing promoter Robert now.
Coming soon.
It's coming soon. That's what I'm saying, because you're not doing it like, you're not saying because you have the bitterness. You're doing it because it's a fan favorite fight. You know what I mean?
Look, man, honestly, let me tell you, I'm not sorry for cutting you, but look, when it comes to the boxing business, you have promoters starting the promotion, and I used to fight for Bob Arum, and now I'm gonna do better than anybody else. I want to make sure the fighters make what's right for them and what's the money that they deserve. And that's all bullshit. That's a bullshit. I can't negotiate fucking $2,000 extra for my fighters. You know what I mean? You know, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
If or managers, same thing with managers. Oh yeah, I'm the best manager, and I'm gonna bring you to a promoter. I'm gonna give you a huge signing bonus, $50,000 signing bonus. But they're going to take 30% from that 50,000. They're going to take 30% from that 50. I don't do that. I don't take no percentage from my fighters' signing bonus. That's their money. They could do whatever they want with it, and then I just take half of that percentage when it comes to management. That's why I train them. I house them. We house them. We feed them. We train them for only a very small percentage.
Man.
And when we start promoting, we're going to make sure that the fighters make money.
Now let me ask you this. Who's always looking for fighters with you guys? Like, is there some way, like, if we have up and coming prospects or like amateurs that want to say, you know what, I want Robert Garcia to look at me and see if I could be trained by him? Is there somebody that looks at them or anything how can they get in contact with you guys?
Most of the times it's through Pita. Pita's the one that sees all the amateur tournaments, and he's the one that tells me, look, there's this kid in Texas or in wherever, from wherever they're at. So then we look them up, then we find them on social media, we talk to them, we meet with them, and that's the beginning. Other times, we have other kids that are in tournaments like Jeremy Adorno, who we're gonna sign with Top Rank pretty soon too. Joseph Adorno's younger brother. He's at tournaments, so he tells us, there's this one kid that told me, that asked me about you. Can I give him your number? So definitely you can give him my number. So that's the way it works.
What's the story behind the little school shooter?
The
little blonde one that was here a minute ago.
Oh, B-Fly.
What's the story with him?
B-Fly. Well, I think he probably did something in Phoenix. That's why he's here.
he scares me.
He's a crazy little dude.
I think I backed off a little bit. He said B-Fly, and then he was doing something with his hand, like he had carpal tunnel. He started getting like, no, get away from me. You guys shoot schools. I don't trust you blonde folks.
That's right.
Are you ready for the next segment?
Yes.
What do we have next week?
Who's fighting next week?
What happened?
You got the fights in El Paso.
So actually tomorrow
this weekend, right? Yeah, Berchel versus Mickey Roman.
No. Berchel versus
Mickey Roman. Yeah,
that's a fight.
Okay.
All right, so it's Berchel versus Mickey Roman. Tough fight. I think it's still a fight that's going to be fairly easy for Berchel.
You think so?
Wow.
I think so.
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think Mickey Roman's gonna give him a really good fight. I think so.
He's been training here in Maywood.
I think so. Yes, he is training in Maywood with Rudy Hernandez. I believe.
Yeah, that's true. That's the wild card. Anytime Rudy trains,
I think he's gonna give him a really good fight.
I think so too. Roman has like over 60 fights, like 80% knockout ratio, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a war for sure. I still give the edge to Berchel, but
I give the edge to Berchel, but I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Maybe one of the fight of the year type of fight.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm gonna be the lone wolf, and I'm gonna say that Roman beats him.
no.
I think it's possible. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's very possible.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
No way, shape, or form.
Okay,
I mean, maybe Rudy being the wild card there.
Okay, ¿por qué todos los 130 they want to fight against Berchel? There's a reason why all the up and coming fighters want to fight him.
Hey, none of them are mentioning Machado anymore, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Everybody wants to pick up their chest. There's something there.
Cotto has a nice stable.
At first it was.
Cotto has a nice stable.
It was Machado.
Yeah.
We think that's the easiest 130 pounder.
Nope.
Not anymore.
no, that's everybody stay back.
That's a hell of a fighter.
All right, so we got actually tomorrow we have
360.
fights. Do you guys get any fighters in there?
Nah.
No. So I know Tom Lockfiller has a 360 promotion for the Avalon. We're actually going to be there early.
We're gonna do a special show tomorrow too.
Yeah, so from that fight, so everybody, whoever's watching, we're going to do another show around 4 o'clock maybe?
4:30.
4:30.
Yeah, 4:30.
Okay, so we'll put a poster about it. But again, that's going to be interesting. A lot of up and coming prospects. Other than that, who else? Nonito fights this weekend too for DAZN. And that's another eliminator because I think it's
that's
Tom
Bantamweight
Loeffler. Yeah,
right? That's Bantamweight tournament, right?
No. They have
That's a World Series tournament.
but they have a 140 tournament. That's where that kid.
But Nonito's not a
Ryan
140.
something. What's his
I
kid
think we're
name?
gonna go back.
Ryan Martin.
Yeah, Ryan Martin.
Martin is actually fighting. I think he gets blown out.
Ryan Martin gets blown up.
No,
Oh, Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor's badass. Yeah, so Ryan
Slick
Martin
guy.
gets this out. That's on Saturday, but I think that's pretty much it as far as fight goes. Robert, saludos a alguien.
Saludos, ¿a quiénes quieres saludárselo?
No, pues,
Mitsubishi.
todos los que nos
Todos
apoyan. Sí, hay mucha gente que nos apoya siempre y cuando me meto a Facebook, tú sabes que
Oh,
hay
I
gente
love
que nos
that.
apoya.
Oh, let me ask you about that. Hey, last question. Let me ask you one last question. How you liking Facebook Live, man?
I've done it like 3 or 4 times. I love it.
He's
bro.
a star,
I've done it
guys.
before, but I love it. I love
Toda la
it.
casa.
I love it.
I know you free chocolate now.
Antes que se me olvide, gracias que mi esposa me recordó. No sé si la gente no se está dando cuenta porque no están poniendo mucho en las noticias. They're not putting up in the news because everybody's talking about la marcha de todos los hondureños que vienen para acá. Pero las lluvias,
En Nayarit.
Huila, ¿verdad?
In Aguila?
That's where my wife is from Nayarit, and so is Chepe. And right now it's really bad over there. So we're gonna do a GoFundMe through Eli, so we'll let everybody know, so you guys could help out because I'm telling you, there's more than 180,000 people with no food, nowhere to live, nothing. So we're gonna start a GoFundMe hopefully by tomorrow, so people could help out.
And remember,
GoFundMe.
We'll know by tomorrow.
Okay, let us know that we can put it on the website.
Yeah,
okay.
As well.
we're gonna put it up for you guys too. You guys as fans and everything. Let's help out. You know what I mean? We're all
dollar
people,
counts.
man. Let's help out.
Every dollar
Yeah.
counts.
$1, $5,
Yeah, whatever,
100
whatever, lo que quieran es, todo se va a hacer up y todo va a ir para la gente de Nayarit que está teniendo muchos problemas ahorita.
Yeah.
No. Blessings over there too, también, por favor.
Yeah. All right. So with that said, let's get out here, Robert. Again, thank you so much. Thank you for
you for having
your
us.
family, because I know this is family time. So thank
No,
you
pues
so much.
están aquí porque era cumpleaños de mi papá. So we took him to dinner. We took my dad to dinner. That's why.
Hey,
Where'd you take?
hey,
What was it?
Where'd you
¿A dónde
take?
le vamos a mi papá? Oh, Outback.
hey, happy birthday to Big G.
Yeah, Big G.
Happy
74
birthday, Big
today.
G.
74.
And I'm glad Pita took that bill. All right, guys. Like every Monday from RGBA in Riverside. This is the Boxing Rundown. Get us out of here, Tony.